All right. All right. So last we played, we had Dragonia keeping watch as Orok was walking around town trying to find your Pip to no avail. It is now morning. You're reminded that you had a couple things to do today, including a meeting with the council of the city. So are you all well rested, full HP, everyone level 4?
Yahoo!
Uh-huh.
All right, good deal. Okay, so when you guys wake up in the morning, you hear a pounding on the door that a nurse comes to, and it's those two gentlemen that Orok were talking to the previous night. They're coming to give word, and they ask, "Is Orok around? We have some news for him." So are you around?
You say to him as he's not in the call.
Did he bop out? He did. What's he doing? There he is. What are you doing, boy?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm in here.
You just got back in. You got kicked out.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I said hail.
Okay. That was weird. Probably your internet's popping out. Who knows? Okay, so yeah, so they come up to you after like doing this kind of like bow symbol thing to the symbol of Iomade on the wall, and they come up to you and like, yeah, we asked around, and that little fellow of yours that you were looking for, he's gone. I don't know where he went, but he's out of here. We don't know what happened to him.
I have a hunch what happened, but thank you, gentlemen. I do appreciate all that you've done.
Like, yeah, thank you. We owe our lives to you. And they peace on out. All right, so you guys want to head to the Longhouse? That's where the council is meeting up to discuss the recent attack and what to do and so on and so forth. If you guys
Sure.
want to head on over there. Is there anything
Yeah.
you guys wanted to do ahead of time? I mean, you guys are like bigwigs around here, so you can make them wait.
Didn't we have to talk to Dia?
Yeah, but I mean, you can do that.
I don't think she's leaving. I don't think she's leaving anytime soon.
Yeah.
All right.
Plus, you have the whole Skreed thing we gotta discuss.
Yeah, the trial.
Yeah, Curse took him, so gotta put him on trial.
Yeah, let's go take care of business first, and then we can have fun later.
All right. So you guys head on over to the Longhouse, and when you get there, you see a group of soldiers in full regalia, looking very fancy. And they hail you as soon as you get near, and like, "Oh yes, we've been waiting for you, gentlemen." And they beckon you into a room that's very, very ornately covered in like, carvings and stuff, which you can assume is like the head council room. So if you guys want to head on in.
Yeah.
My gosh, look at all this astounding craftsmanship, everyone.
It's a little much.
Well, I mean, not all of us lived in a hut, and I'm just saying.
So as you open the door, you can see Chief Defender Halgra, Agrit and Sarah, Tiari Vervedas, High Priestess, and Cursed, all sitting at the table.
I respectfully, nod or, do, a half bow until, they greet us in.
Yeah, so they, you see Chief Defender Halgra stand up, and then everyone else stands up in turn. She's like, "Oh, gentlemen, come in. Who is this new compatriot you have found? I did not recognize either the masked individual or the one in armor."
Well, guys, would you like to introduce yourself, since we did lose some of our party and gain 2 great new assets?
Yeah, I'm Cicatrix. That's all you need to know.
She looks kind of confused, but she's like, "Okay." And then she goes, "And you, sir, in the armor?"
Very pleased to meet you. My name is Dragonia.
Well met, well met. What happened to the little dwarf man and the weird boy with the cat?
I fear the weird boy with the cat has lost his way and is returned to the wild.
That is unfortunate to hear. And what of the dwarven boy?
I think he also kind of fell out of his faith and was kind of lost and went to go rediscover himself as well.
That is unfortunate. We wish them the best. We are still waiting on one more individual to arrive, but you may have a seat and we can discuss things until he gets here.
I take a seat, but I kind of like prop myself so I can watch the door and like any like open windows that are around, just still kind of shaken and hesitant
Sure.
to what's going on.
Yeah,
So
there's like 4 guards in the room, but yeah, that's fine. Post up. Do you guys have a certain sitting order you like to sit in, or are you just gonna pop a seat? It really doesn't matter.
I don't really care.
Okay.
Is there food out?
Yes, there is.
Alright, I'll start munching down.
All right. You can see Chief Defender Halger kind of raise her eyebrow. She's like, "Oh, you guys must be absolutely famished after all the fighting you've done. I can't imagine." Okay. So as she's seeing you eat, she brings. Okay, she's like, "So we have a very important matter to discuss. One that does not require the input of the gentleman we are currently waiting on. The orc man you've captured. Skreed was his name, I believe.
that is correct.
You claim he is the culprit for all of this madness that has besieged our town?
He is. He's admitted to it.
He has not said a word while under our guard. We do not understand what's going on. Was
I
he?
can help you with that.
I'm sure you're the one responsible for his lack of both hair and ear.
Some of that part, yeah.
We normally highly frown upon such behavior, but I think we can make an exception in this case.
And they just kind of fell off. I didn't do anything.
I'm sure they did. But we here in the city of Trunau like to hold justice as the forefront of our understanding with each other. It keeps the peace, especially in the chaotic world of orcs that we live in.
Yeah, it worked real well, didn't it?
Normally it does, yes. We haven't been besieged in at least 2 centuries. The last big attack was around 60 moons ago.
60 moons, so that's only like 2 months ago, is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's my bad. Yeah, I meant 60 years, but yeah, okay, whatever.
I think a moon is a month.
Well, 60 months makes more sense. I'll have to go back. I forget what I said. Yeah, I guess it will be. No, well, moon comes every night, so.
Well, I think they talk about full moons when they talk about...
I see. There you
Oh,
go.
whatever. Okay. Just scratch what I said.
Semantics.
60 years ago. I can't think of a good olden term for it.
Eons.
Eons?
164 fortnights.
Yeah, I'm not talking about fortnights. Rest in peace, the word fortnight. No longer means... Was it 2
14.
weeks? Yeah.
2 weeks, yep.
Yeah. Rest in peace. Anyways, 6 years ago, I think that's when the plague house got burned down for the last time. If I recall correctly. Okay, well, anywho, I lost my train of thought. Okay,
Was that the start of all this madness?
oh yeah. So, talking about justice. So, we have developed I think a fair and reasonable way to assess this situation. A trial, having our city and foreign diplomats from the nearby city of Lastwall, our sister town, come in to discuss whether or not he should keep his life.
Can't we just hang him?
I'm down for that.
As much as your seething hatred for him persists, but no, we must hold justice to the forefront, although that is definitely not out of the question.
Okay, at least that's still on the table.
I must say it is rather unusual to see an orc kind as yourself talk so poorly to another orc kind, but it is quite refreshing.
He has wronged many of us, especially myself, so I have nothing but hatred toward him.
Cursed doesn't say anything, but he's just like nodding his head up and down, like listen. Every time he talks, like yep, I'm feeling it. He's vibing with you. He's not really said a word. He's kind of looking down in sadness.
He
took a yeah. Go ahead.
He took a great leader of the city, and he hurt many of my friends and caused a great dwarf to leave our clan, and it just doesn't seem right to let him go unscathed.
Yeah, and Sarah finally speaks up after listening to this, and she's like, I'm all about equality among people, and I've fought very, very hard to be in my position, but this one, he's no true orc. He's just a spawn of evil wearing our green skin. He does not deserve it.
Thank you, Ken.
She just kind of gives you a nod, and Agrit kind of like pats her on the back a little bit. All right, so as you're discussing this trial, the doors open once again, and that old druid, if you guys remember, Silvermane, comes walking in, and he goes and sits down next to Halgra in the empty chair that she left for him. And as soon as he sits down, he kind of does like this, what looks like sign language to her, and she starts signing back to him, and they start communicating. And she looks over to you and she says, "Has everyone here met Silvermane?"
Briefly. I think Cicatrix took the reins on that one.
Yeah, he kind of looks over to you and like kind of gives you like a point of recognition, like he remembers you.
Give him a little nod.
Yeah, and he starts signing back to Halgra, and she's like, "Yes, Silvermane here has a very important job for you gentlemen that I think we should discuss before we head to the trial, as it might influence your judgment. There has been word of not only this clan, but many other orc clans and giant clans coming together to join and make these huge armies for a reason that we do not understand. We know that, based on information that Curse has told us, that you guys stumbled upon a weird-looking stone, if I'm not mistaken. Do you guys still have that on you? Did anybody take the stone that was in the eye?
I thought we put it in our stash. We just kind of...
Alright, someone just want to pull it out then?
There was a stone and something else. What was the other thing?
It was like a stone. It was just a...
And a key. It was a stone and a key in the eye socket.
And you used the key for the chest, but the stone, you guys never did anything with it.
No,
there was another thing though that we needed that what's his name was talking about. It was a stone and
the hammer.
Something else. The stone and the hammer.
Yeah, and you have the hammer if I'm not mistaken, because you're wearing the armor that makes you grow.
Oh, the Agamash thing.
Yeah, Agramash. That's the hammer's name. It's got a title. It's a big fancy hammer, even though it doesn't look like it. Yeah. So who wants to pull out the stone? Doesn't matter. She takes a stone from random. Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
Dragonia, why don't you pull it out of our stash?
Yes, here it is.
And she takes it and she looks at Silvermane. He eagerly takes it and waves his hand over the backside of it, which is kind of flush. So it's like a sphere that got like chopped on one end, so it's got a really flat end. And he kind of rubs his hand over it, and it like kind of cleans it off and polishes it, and sets it on the table. And then he signs over to Halgra, and she's like, "Oh, he's asking you four to come round. He wants you to look at this from his point of view." So you guys
I very hesitantly get up from the chair and make my way over there.
Okay. Does everyone follow suit?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys kind of crowd around this weird looking stone, and he points to it and then starts signing back to Halger again. And she says, he says to look at it very closely, and you'll notice that there's what looks like inscriptions written on this flat part of the stone. Now this isn't the whole thing, as this is only one half of another stone, but it forms a map. We do not know exactly where this map leads to, but we know that this map must be of some importance to the enemy, and we must get the other half of this map. I do recall Kerr saying that you discussed Skreed was looking for this piece of the map and that he already had the other half. Is this correct?
Well, we can ask him.
I'm sure you can, but I do not want to interfere with the trial.
I say we give Cicatrix a couple minutes with Skreed alone to see if he can find it.
Halger's like, I don't think that would be necessary, as I'd like to actually be alive for the trial.
It didn't say he would die. I just said they just spend a couple minutes together.
My faith is not very high, as I do not know this man, whatever he is.
I can woo him a little bit.
This man has saved my life multiple times this past couple days. So or this past night. So I do think that if we were to send anyone, it should be him.
That will not be necessary. Now, if you guys remembered, you guys you found a letter on Skreed. That's what I was trying to hint at. Yeah, it had all this information in it. I read it off to you.
Did we take that?
Yeah, do you want me to read it to you again?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. It says, "Get me Usgroth's hammer and rock. I want everything else in the barrow too, but I have to have the hammer and the rock. I already have showed you. I have to have both rocks to know the way to the giant killer's tomb. So make sure you get the right one. Then bring the hammer and the rock back to the fort. Grenseldeck, glorious chieftain of the Twisted Hearts."
So
you guys know where this map leads.
I say, as I whisper into Dragonia's ear and ask, "Hey, do you still have that piece of paper that we pulled out of Skreed's pocket?
Yes, I do.
Do you think it'd be fortuitous to show it to Chieftain Halgra, or no?"
If I am new to the group, so I will leave the best judgment up to you. But with sensitive information like this, only certain people should know.
Okay. So then I give Dragonia a little bit of a nod, and then I pull. I tell Chieftain Halgra, "I think I have more pertinent information. I just don't feel comfortable revealing it to everyone in this room."
She says, "Any information you say to me pertains to all my council. I am not the sole leader of the city. Despite my name, I am just the defender of it. Everyone here is of highest esteem, and I can assure you that you can trust them with any information you give me."
All right. Very begrudgingly, I grab the note and give it to Chief Halgra.
All right, so she quickly scans it and then looks up to everyone. She says, "Oh, this is very concerning. I'm unsure what this giant killer is, but it sounds like it's somebody who can stop this manifestation of these new supergroups. So we must find it first before they do. A tomb is very concerning to me, being one of high faith of the dead. So I'm very concerned." And as soon as she mentions a tomb, Silvermane like perks up and starts like signing vigorously, but she's like not paying attention because she's trying to talk to everybody else. He like taps her on the shoulder, and she turns over and she starts signing like furiously, like she's apologizing. And then she turns back over. She says, "Silvermane has some information that might be beneficial to you all, but he must run and grab something real fast from deeper inside the longhouse. And as soon as she says that, he like gets up and walks out of the room. She's like, he told me that there is a special location that could potentially lead the way to this tomb that is located deep inside, upriver from here, a swamp. Let me look up the exact name of the swamp. I think my other sets of notes. I have too many notes here. Okay, yeah. So she mentions that she's talking about the name of this marsh is Ghostlight Marsh. It is northeast of here, up the Kestrel River. Inside this swamp is a long-lost druidic fortress that they call the Vault of Thorns. This Vault of Thorns contains many things to help prepare you for what is further upstream, up the Paring River, called the River Esk, at the fort, which I believe Skreed is referring to as, or Grenseldeck is referring to as Red Lake Fort. This fort is an old abandoned outpost that got raided by orcs many years ago, and we thought it was abandoned, but apparently they must have posted up there. Grenseldeck is a name I'm unfamiliar with, so maybe it's a new orc chieftain or even something greater. If they're worried about giant killers, it could be a giant themselves. So, I do not know exactly who this person is, but they must be stopped at all costs. And as soon as she says that, Silvermane comes walking back in, and he's got this weird-looking piece of like wood in his hand. It's got like this long wooden chain. So he comes and sits down and hands it over to Halgra, who puts it on the table, and then he starts madly signing again. And she's like nodding. And she looks back to him and says, he claims that this is a special lantern called a Ghostlight Lantern. It is used by druids to find locations such as this Vault of Thorns that are hidden from the normal eye. In order to fuel this lantern, you need to fill it with the spirit of a will-o'-the-wisp. Are you familiar with these creatures?
Wisps?
Will-o'-the-wisps.
Little fire things?
Yeah, they are manifestations of what we believe to be spirits of the dead, but no one knows for certain.
Yeah, in my travels when I was, trudging through the forest, I heard many of the tale of the wisp. I did not dare go that way.
Yes, they are dangerous and fickle creatures, so finding the remains of one should be the task in and of itself, but they are very abundant inside the marsh, so you shouldn't have too hard of a problem. If you take the remains of a will-o'-the-wisp and put it inside this lantern, it will glow with spectral light pointing towards the direction of the Vault of Thorns. Inside you should find any pieces or information or maybe even gear to help us against this raid at the fort, in which case you will then ransack and take out their leader. After doing so, report back here and we can continue our mission to protect the city of Trunau and the nearby regions, such as Lastwall.
Seems like a death mission.
You two have taken out a giant amongst just yourselves, as well as defending half the town all single-handedly. I think you are more than equipped for the job.
Where I do not disagree, we are very capable. It just seems that it's not fortuitous.
It is the only way to secure the safety of the city of Trunau and prevent any other attacks in the future. It must be done.
Which direction did you say?
The river, the Kestrel River leads northeast, and then that links up with the River Esk, which leads northwest, and that's where the Red Lake Fort is. So the marsh is to the northeast, where they meet up, and then the fort's further up the River Esk. So straight north.
Alright.
I have a map somewhere. I'll post it later in the Discord so you guys can see.
What was the name of the marsh?
Ghostlight Marsh.
Can I do a perception check, Josh?
Perception?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
I am just gonna look around the room and just kind of evaluate like the emotions of everyone around. Like,
Sure.
so I have a 17. Just kind of evaluating the overall morale of the room.
Morale of the room's pretty low. Like,
Okay.
everyone seems really depressed, as, like, they should, since their city got wrecked. But, Halgra seems pretty determined. Like, she's ready to end this. Like, she's a good leader. She's got a lot of hope in her citizens. Everyone else is just really bummed out.
Okay.
Any other checks anybody wants to do? I see you guys talking about sense motive over there.
Yeah, I would like to do a sense motive on Halgra.
Sure. She seems to be telling the truth.
Nice.
Okay. Good roll.
Okay.
Anybody else have any other rolls, or shall I continue?
You can keep going.
Okay. So after she sets this march down, like this lantern down, and shows it to you all, she then turns it to you. Of course, I have prepared a means of travel to reach both the marsh and the fort. I know a local fisherman, Captain Rag Bloodtusk, and his little keelboat that can take you up the rivers, leading you to both the marsh and the fortress. I've already sent word to have him rendezvous with you tomorrow evening to take you there, if you all are willing to go on upon this quest.
Halgra, with everything that's gone on the past couple days, like, do you mind giving us a moment to talk this over?
Oh, of course, of course. I will. I'll leave the room to you all. And she kind of points at everyone, and she stands up, and everyone, all the council members get up, and they all walk out. So they leave you just to yourselves in the room.
Can Silvermane stay?
You can ask for him.
Can we keep Silvermane?
Yes, but you will be unable to communicate with him as he is mute.
We'll find a way.
Okay.
Can you write?
He can write.
Yep. So we'll find a
Can we have
pencil and
some,
a paper.
Utensils?
Okay. She kind of points at one of her guards, and he leaves hurriedly. A short time later, comes back with like some parchment paper and a quill and ink. All right, and they all leave, but Silvermane just kind of plops down there.
So what exactly is this lantern again, Silvermane?
Here, to make it more realistic. Boom.
So did you hide the thorn gate bush? Did your kind hide that?
Vault of Thorns.
Yeah, Vault of Thorns. So they are part of your kind. Okay, and in your opinion, is this a death trap, or do you think it's vital for the city to survive? correct. It might be life itself, but maybe I can ask you another question. Do you know what Skreed was looking for inside the cave?
He points to the stone.
Yes, the stone, but he mentioned something being buried, like, underneath the city. Is that the stone he was referring to?
Yeah, he kind of looks kind of like confused for a second, and he points to the stone, and then he thinks for a second. He's like,
I see what you're saying. Does anyone else maybe have a question for him? No torturing cicatrix, by the way.
he looks very nervous when you say that.
Wasn't planning on it.
Or this
Okay,
guy's like super old.
Why was the vault hidden? Okay. Well, guys, what do you think?
I mean, I needed to head north, regardless of what we're doing there, or regardless of this situation. So I'm down.
My question is, why is it so important to hide it, though? You know,
Maybe they don't want it stolen.
is there something inside Silvermane that you know of? A terrible weapon, huh? Okay. Well, Dragonia, you're rather new to the group, but what do you think?
Something has to be drawing to that vault, and because of that, this massive army that Halgra had mentioned is forming to presumably try to take whatever that is.
Well, do you think it's our job to fix the mess, though?
Where I come from, we always finish what we start, but that was in our own conflicts, not in conflicts with others. Dealing with helping others in their conflict.
So are you for or against this mission?
I was a lost soul trapped in a cocoon, and you guys have saved me. So I will follow this group until otherwise.
Cicatrix, you already said you needed to go north. What do you need to go north for, by the way?
Personal reasons.
Okay.
I need your help, I'll ask.
Okay.
And I may.
Okay. And that leaves Kabor, my long-lasting friend. What do you think, sir?
Joe, what do you think? I can be your voice. Yeah, Kabor's just like, yeah, I'm down to clown. Let's do it.
All right.
He's just ready to go on an adventure.
All right, guys. I think we gotta keep helping this city out. I guess they called upon us, and guess we gotta pick up the gauntlet.
Got anything better to do?
Well, I could, just live a peaceful, humble life like my dad did. He's a blacksmith in a town. I could just be a blacksmith in a town, not have to go like save the world and anything.
Where's the fun in that?
As you guys are discussing, you can see Silvermane kind of writing on the parchment. And as you finish, he taps the paper, and he's written something.
Yeah?
And he has this huge smile on his face, and he runs to the door and kind of opens it and lets everybody know that you guys have done discussing. Everyone comes back in, and Halgra sits down. She's like, "So have you all made a decision?"
We have, and I'll let Kabor talk for us.
Yeah. So Kabor kind of stands up and looks her like dead in the eyes with his smoldering red, orange eyes. And he says, "We of a group have decided that we will indeed go upon this mission, for it is our honor to take out anybody who will ravish this land." And as he's saying that, Silvermane's once again tapping on her shoulder and trying to hint like he needs to talk to her. And she looks over at him, and he starts signing again. And then she starts signing back, like kind of confused, and he starts signing like insistently over and over again. And she kind of rolls her eyes at him, and she looks back over to you all and says, "Silvermane here apparently owes you all a debt for which he cannot pay, but I can. So in his stead, I will offer you all 1,500 gold pieces to go apart this mission. Will this be acceptable?"
Was that 1,500 each?
Total.
Let's so we convene as a group. I say I think we need 500 apiece just to ready ourselves for this journey. So I say we say 2,000. We got a deal.
That, or we can, yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so I turn to Halgra and say, "That is a generous offer. However, I think we're going to need a little more to prepare ourselves for this daunting task. Could 2,000 gold pieces suffice?"
I can only offer you 1,500 gold pieces, but I believe the other fellow council members here can give you discounts on their wares to help supplement that extra 500 gold. Will that be acceptable?
Much obliged.
And as she says this, Sarah's just kind of like, nodding with it, like, yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Cool.
Okay, so now that is settled, we do have the matter of this Skreed thing to deal with. They're currently setting up a outdoor stockade for him to be chambered in as we hold this trial out in the public's eye. Is there any other concerns that you have about this mission before we commence with the trial?
I did have one question.
Yes, of course.
Do you know Malira or Skreed mentioned a name when he was getting attacked by us, like a Malira or like a Malira. Please forgive me. Do you have anyone by that name in this town?
No, I'm unfamiliar with that name, but I will mention it to our fellow members from Lastwall. They might be able to use it as part of their inquisition into his motivation for ransacking our beloved town. Is there anything else I can help you gentlemen with?
Any other questions, guys?
I'm good.
Okay. So she thanks you all for meeting up and says that she says the trial will be commencing here in merely an hour or two. Feel free to intermingle with the other surviving members of our city as we set this up, and I will talk to you all shortly thereafter.
Okay.
All right. So you guys just want to head straight to the trial? We can just fast forward to that. It's only like an hour.
Sure.
Okay. So you guys head out into the area where you first met when you got here. where Ruby's hope knife ceremony was commenced, and you see this huge stage with a cage set up on top of it. And next to it, you see a series of what looks like tables, but a little more fancy. 3 of them to be exact, each of them with 3 seats, so 9 total. And sitting there is Halgra, Agrit and Sarah, and Tyari, the council members. So there's those 4. Then there's also Cursed and Jagrin, his dad. So that makes 6 total. The 7th is blank. There's no one sitting in it. And then the 8th and 9th are 2 people you've never seen before, but they have a weird looking symbol on their shirt. Do you guys anybody have knowledge local? Or geography, I guess, would be fine too.
Have knowledge geography.
Alright, go ahead and roll a knowledge geography check. Anyone else have geography or local they'd like to roll?
I got local.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Justin took knowledge local at level 4.
I have 23 geography.
Also 23 knowledge local.
Okay, so the local one actually was a lower DC because it's the better of the 2 knowledges. But both of you make it, so you both know that is the symbol of the city of Lastwall, which is the nearest town from Trunau.
Oh, their sister city?
Yep.
I've seen that in my travels.
So
Looks familiar.
2 human, 1 male, 1 female, sitting up there, and like I said, the 7th seat is empty.
Like they're waiting for someone to sit there, or it's empty?
You don't know. There's no like placards or anything. It's just there's no one sitting down in the 7th seat. All right, and so as you guys get comfortable in the crowd, is there anything you wanted to perception check before we get started with this? Because I know Andrew's a perception fiend.
Yeah, are there any snipers on the buildings?
Classic American snipers.
25.
What are you looking for?
Just like any inconsistencies, like any like hooded figures in the crowd. Like
You see a very bright blue hood that you recognize as probably Dia off in the crowd. That's the only real hooded figure you see.
Okay, and there's like no like lamenting kind of like looking creatures around at all.
Nope.
Okay. Is Skreed there yet?
He's inside the cage. Just kind
In
of
the
sitting
cage.
there. Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's just sitting silently in the middle of the cage, just staring out.
Interesting. Is he looking at something? Is he looking for someone? Just absentmindedly?
No, it looks like he's got the 1,000-yard stare going on.
Gotcha. Okay.
He looks horrendous too. Like some of the guards might have beaten him up after you guys turned him over. He looks pretty bad. He's also still missing his ear and his hair.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Can I make a perception check? See if it's like sturdy.
Sure. Looks fine to you.
All right.
What did you do?
He's checking to see if the cage was well built in case he could escape. All right. Is everyone ready to begin?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you see Chief Defender Halger stand up, and she uses that same spell from earlier to make her voice very, very loud that she used in the very first episode. Justin wasn't even there. To make her voice really loud like she was for Ruby's Hope Knife ceremony. She says, "Welcome, welcome. We are holding this trial to find the guilty or innocence of Skreed Gorewillow." That's his full name that they found out. And she points to Skreed inside the cage. And he's just like completely ignoring her, just staring off into space. He looks super mad. And then she points to everyone. She's like, we've come together with 9 trustworthy city council members and other familial people of Roderick's murder to determine whether or not that we should put Skreed to death And you hear a lot of boos and stuff from the crowd. Boo, you know, like they really hate him. And as she says that, why am I echoing so bad? As she says that, Brynja walks up onto the stage and sits down in that 7th seat.
Interesting.
And she looks like she's been crying a lot. And Jagrin is just not even looking at her. But you see Kurtz look over to her and give her like a nod. And she kind of gives him a nod back. And she turns back to the crowd. Not she, but Halgrid turns back to the crowd. She says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we will now discuss the crimes committed by Skreed, Gorwillow, and we will determine by popular vote, both by you as the crowd and us as the council, to determine whether or not he lives or dies." And she grabs a little piece of parchment in front of her and lifts it up, and she says, "For the murder of Roderick Grath," and everyone starts booing really bad. You can see Jagrin and Kirst look super angry, and Brynja's like holding back tears. She's back. "For the defamation of our city with graffiti," everyone just kind of ignores that one because they're too busy just being mad at him. "For the organization of the ransack of the city of Trunau," and there's lots of crying and stuff in the crowd. There's a lot of family members passed away. "And for the theft of multiple items from the city. How do you, the crowd, find each of these convictions?" And she starts listing them off one by one, but they're just like screaming, like, you know, they find him guilty, like for sure, just yelling, which is to be expected. And then she turns back. She says, "Us as the council will now discuss what our final conviction is, and we will get back to you very shortly." And they kind of all huddle together in a big circle and start talking. The crowd's kind of whispering to each other, trying to hear them talk, but they're being really hush-hush.
So does he not get any say in what?
Nope, not a word. This is old school trial. They start discussing, and then they turn back, and Halgrid finally gets out of the council and walks over to the cage and says to Skreed, "Skreed, for the murder of Roderick Grath, we find you guilty. Do you agree with these charges?" And he just kind of stares out and has this evil smile on his face, and he says, "Yes, of course." And the whole crowd starts booing and hissing, and they're just up in arms. "And for the defamation of our city with graffiti," he said, "we find you guilty. What do you plead?" And he says, "I was never the one who painted anything. I couldn't get that stuff on me, but I will take the blame." And she just has a scowl on her face, and she says, "Of course." "And for the organization of the ransack of Trunau, how do you plead?" And he says, "It was not I who organized this, but it was originally my idea to infiltrate the city in the first place. So, guilty." And he starts like evil laughing as he's taking the claim to all this evil stuff. And then, for theft and vandalism of the town, how do you plead? He says, "Nothing." He just stares off into space. And she's just like, "Okay, guilty." And he's just standing there. And she turns back to the crowd. "We, the jury, find him guilty. You, the people, find him guilty. And surprisingly, he, the man, finds himself guilty as well. Because of these charges, we sentence Skreed to death." And the whole crowd starts cheering.
Yeah, thank God. Kill that Happy.
You yell that?
Yeah.
Interesting. When you say "kill that Happy," Skreed yells back into space. Yells back, "I am no Happy."
You're short like one.
Ooh. So after he has been sentenced, you see Halgra beckon, do the call come forward thing with her fingers, pointing to the crowd. Everyone make a perception check to see who she's pointing at.
17.
Anyone would beat a 17?
Yeah, I had a 19.
Okay. Alright, so Dragonian Auroch being 1,000 feet tall. Notice that she's pointing at a little gnome man in the most ragtag suit you've ever seen. Kind of walk his way up forward, and you notice that it is our good friend Fuse carrying this weird-looking potion in his hand, dressed very fancily.
And I whispered to Kabor, do you see Fuse? And the Cicatrix wouldn't know him, but I whispered to Kabor, hey, did you see that's Fuse?
Yeah, he kind of nods his head yes, and is like sounds kind of giddy about seeing Fuse again. And Fuse kind of waddles up on stage and has this potion, and he hands it to Halgra. And then he looks out to the crowd, and you can just see his eyes get like dinner plates. He's just not very excited about being in front of the entire city, and kind of like scuttles down, but he kind of trips on the stairs and like falls on his face. And
Can I go help him up?
he's pretty far away. You guys are stuck in the crowd.
Gotcha.
And he gets himself up and just kind of walks back into the crowd with his head down. And Halgar takes the potion and goes up to the cage and hands it to Skreed and says, "You may either drink this yourself or we can end your life. You take the choice." And Skreed just kind of stands there for a second, or sits there, stands up, walks up to her, and gives her just this horrible, menacing orc growl, and then takes the potion and walks up to the front of the cage facing the crowd and looks out over the crowd and says, "You all disgust me. It is my pleasure," and just downs the drink. About 10 seconds later, he starts foaming at the mouth and like seizuring like all over the place, shaking violently. Blood starts coming out of his eyes and his ears, and all of a sudden he just stops moving. And that's that.
He got what he deserved.
I think I would have rather watched his head get chopped off.
Oh, trust me, I wanted to.
You guys could have done it earlier. Your own justice, but you left him up to the system, so the system took him the way they wanted it.
Cicatrix, I think you should have had one more shot at him.
I would have had a lot of fun. Would have been my pleasure.
So who was that guy?
Skreed?
Skreed was part of the evil clan that started ransacking the town. He's like the one that killed Roderick, too.
Yeah. He's the blonde man.
I think he's acting as a Dragonia right now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So he was the cause of the destruction?
Yeah, so Josh, I kind of catch Dragonia up on everything that happened. Just kind of tell him, yeah, so you weren't here for this, but we all met here, and we had a ceremony where Ruby got a hope knife. And you know what a hope knife is, don't you?
It is some type of dagger, I assume.
Yeah. Yes. Very good. So everyone gets one, and the whole point is to basically learn how to kill yourself before a orc clan comes and raids, and so they can't get any secrets, kind of thing. So me, Kabor, Yapip, and our friend Locknelly, and actually our paladin friend that met us earlier this evening, or I guess in the morning technically, we all got paired up to play tug of war, and that's how we all got together actually. So we've helped Ruby win her first tug of war, and she, it's her birthday, so she's obviously rejoicing and happy. And then the town got attacked by a giant orc clan with some giants, and then we had to defend the city, and the four of us were going along. Pip got taken by a troll. I feel really guilty about it still, because it was me and him paired together going on one way, and then the other 3 were going in another direction. And I had my back to him, had my back turned for 1 second, and he got swiped.
You guys split up?
Yeah, we split up. I don't know why.
What idiot told you to split up?
I don't know. It was going against everything in my intuition not to do it, but I think I got overruled, and I don't know. I feel really bad about it because I think he ran away to go back into the wild to never return again.
You said you had a paladin?
Yeah, his name was Valinar, and he's actually helping the city rebuild right now. He's helping the clerics.
You can actually point to him. He's in the crowd somewhere.
Okay, I point to him. That was our comrade, Valinar, for a while. He has decided to take a leave. Hopefully one day he shall return and join our party. But as for now, he is taking a leave to kind of realign his faith.
Yeah, he's hanging out with Brantos.
Oh, yes, cool.
Yeah.
So then we met our friend Cicatrix here, who we actually don't know a whole lot about.
Good.
He, all I know is that he's a master torture dealer,
Mm-hmm.
and he actually quite enjoys it. So, but as you can see, he is well worn from travel, as I am too. Yipip was as well. He was a druid, so we all kind of had to fend for ourselves for a long time.
Wow. You guys have been through a lot.
Yeah. So then we slayed a giant, not a dragon, but a giant, and then we've hopped into the cave where you were laying for quite some time, and Loch-Nolly kind of he got his weapon destroyed, and apparently that's how he channels his divination from his deity, and he kind of
I've heard that about clerics.
yeah, he kind of just wandered away. And then we have Kabor, who is the greatest damage dealing. I don't even know what he is, to be honest, but he has these insane fire abilities.
He kind of looks over you with this like wicked smile on his face, like he's just a madman. He looks at you. He's like, I just burn things. And that's it.
He's the best pyromaniac you'll ever meet. So
what? Why did this masked person join you?
Cicatrix was chasing a flood troll around and hexing it, from what I could tell. I couldn't see very well. It was
Just ask him. He's like standing right there.
Well, Cicatrix, what were you doing to that troll?
Having a little fun.
What were you doing?
Chasing around, hexing it.
Were you hexing him?
Yeah, but he wasn't why I was there.
Why were you
Trying
there?
to get information from people.
Who?
They're very useless. Anyone in the town.
What are you trying to find there, Cicatrix?
Information.
About what?
You will find that out. Maybe.
Where do you hail from? I don't even know where you hail from.
Good.
Well, it seems like a very wonderful band of people.
Misfits,
We're not that
yeah.
great.
We're misfits, it's fine. You know, I came from a small, humble fishing village up the river a little bit, and then my whole entire town got raided and ransacked, and I was the only one left. So I just kind of turned to the wild for a long time until I stumbled upon the city.
Well, I think we can all make a pretty good team. Where are we off to now?
You guys, Dia asked if you could meet up with her sometime. So if you guys want to head there afterwards.
Yeah, let's run into Dio after the trial, and
Unless
then
you
we
guys have
kind
any
of
more shopping you want to do first, whatever. It's up to you.
can we do that? Can we do shopping after Dia or no?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Okay, we'll do
It's like
Dia.
midday, so you got tons of time.
We'll do hang out with Dia, and then we'll go do some shopping.
Okay. Let me. I think we have. Yeah. Let me bring you guys to here, back to our old drawing. Hey, look, all of our old little circles and stuff. I'll port over your characters. Puching. Can I move these circles? We'll just put them like out to the side. See how many I can move. Pretty good, pretty good. Alright, I'm having trouble getting Jared's. There it is. Okay. You guys can step on in. Drag you in there. Choose your order. Let me see if I can get a cool pawn for her.
So then, as we're waiting, or as we get walking over there, I kind of asked Dragonia. Dragonia, so you say you're the champion of your town? Is that true?
No, I am not.
No. Where'd you learn all those great combat abilities?
My father was a lieutenant in the army.
So he trained you from a young one.
A little.
Lot of information.
It's pretty rich coming from you.
Yeah.
I was not necessarily allowed to practice fighting.
So is that why you have your priest-like ways, yet you're good at battle as well? Because you would sneak in the middle of the night and learn?
Actually, in my town, we have two gods that we worship, and one was healing and peace, and the other one was war and destruction.
What are the two names?
Gorham, who is the god of war, and then Saranre.
Yeah. When you say that,
Saranre.
yeah, when you say that, Kabor's like, oh yeah, she's the best.
Gabor, you worship that deity?
Yeah, goddess of flame.
Ah, I didn't know that. Flame and destruction. Interesting.
Yeah, she's like the goddess of like sun, healing, fire.
Resurrection.
Yeah, things like that.
So you're basically, it sounds like your town is like a symbol of like life and death itself.
I guess some would say that, yes.
Sounds like my kind of people.
So
We were dangerous. We were dangerous when attacked, but otherwise very peaceful.
Maybe not.
So Cicatrix, how did you learn all your abilities and hexes if you were, basically trapped and shunned in like a little village for most of your life?
Well, I was actually in the army, and not allowed to talk about where I went, but I was captured, and the only one there for me was my god.
Who do you align with?
You wouldn't know her, or him, depending.
Yeah, so witches in general, they don't worship like the set gods. They have what are called patrons, and
I gotcha.
they're not the familiar gods, so you actually wouldn't know.
So what were you doing in the army? Just simple civil duty, or
No, not in the slightest.
special ops?
You could say that. There's a reason that I'm good at torture. It was my specialty.
You did it for the army?
Not officially, no. Unofficially, yes.
So you're a black soldier, is what you're saying?
In a way. I had a very secret mission. That
Josh, is that your pawn for Dia?
Yeah, it's the best one I could find.
That's scary looking.
He actually looks like a witch.
It looks like a gorilla.
Yeah, she's facing towards you. She's got white hair instead of blonde hair, which is the only
Yeah.
problem. But she's holding like a little crystal orb,
Yes.
and she's wearing blue, which is conveniently what I said was her robes earlier. So that was a happy coincidence.
Oh, I can barely see that.
Well, zoom in.
Looks black.
So we have
Oh god, I can see everything.
It's definitely blue.
So we have a war priest, a witch doctor, a flame sorcerer, and a orc ranger.
Yep.
Wow, we got a ragtag group, guys.
All right, so you guys
So-
finally catching up to Dia's tent, or you want to talk some more? It's up to you.
Well, we got it to the. I say we get to the tent. We'll converse a little more as we walk to the shops. Do some shopping.
You guys see you at the barter stones?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, continue. Sorry.
Well, guys, this is a. She's. I think she's an oracle. I'm not 100% sure, but I would guess she's an oracle. And she read our palms and stones last time, and she gave Kabor over here something really cool, and I still don't know what it is, but maybe if time could tell, he could let us all know what it is. But I say we should all pay her a visit, because she visited us in our sleep.
Alright.
So we all walk in, Josh.
Cool. All right, so when you walk in, it is pitch black again.
Dia, it's Oruk.
And when you do that, she kind of like claps her hands, and the magic light at the top of the tent once again glows, and you see her standing there in her nice blue gown, looking very regal, as she usually does. Her nice
Well, Dia,
purple eyes sparkling.
Dia, you look lovely as usual.
Thank you. The same to you.
Kind of give her a wink.
She does not wink back.
Ah, damn it.
Try to catch her?
Maybe.
And she says, "Thank you for coming. I was expecting you all. I have much to tell you, as the stones will not keep quiet."
Well, Dia, as you can see, we kind of lost some comrades, and I'm guessing you already knew that, but...
I did not know which, but I knew of loss. But with loss, there is gain. New opportunities. I see you have new compatriots.
This is Cicatrix. He is our witch doctor shaman. And this is Dragonia, who is a war priest.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Now, as you may or may not know, that I speak to stones, or I should say, they speak to me. They have been telling me over and over again a series of stories, non-stop repeat, what I like to call divinations, and I'd like to share them with you all, if that is okay.
Go for it.
So she pulls out that fancy box that has all of her stones in it, and you can see that there's one spot blank where Kabor's garnet used to be. I'm on the wrong screen. Let me give this token permission to move with my other person. So I'll have to... Hey, there we go. Okay, cool. All right.
Look at that.
So she takes out, or she takes a box and slides it down, and oh, come on, move box. There we go. And pulls out this beautiful, like, purpley blue and little white band-aids. Purple, blue, and white stone. What do you need a band? Like, you actually need a band-aid? They'd be upstairs in the bathroom if you need one. But I don't think there's one down here. Okay,
That was a
anyways.
real question.
You want me to wait for you to get back? Okay. What'd you do, cut your hand? You're like my cousin. Okay, anyways. She takes out the stone. She like holds it in her hand. It's kind of like floating in her hand, like about an inch or two over her palm. She looks at you, cicatrix, and she says, "This is amethyst. Amethyst is a peculiar stone. It's one of secrecy. This one has been speaking of you, wild one, and I will now recount you its tale." And as soon as she says that, like she kind of looks up, like into nothingness, and her eyes go from purple to white, and she speaks to you and says this: "Toil and trouble, some stories would say, as darkness festers amongst the clay, and festers so deep in the heart, where soil fails and shadows start. A curse befallen where ancients stand, greed and madness betwixt the hand. Beware the dark, it reaps and sows, for impregnable evil always grows." And after she says that, the stone falls into her hand, and her eyes change back to purple again. And she sets the stone in front of you and slides over.
Dope.
She looks back up to you, Orok, and grabs the stone that you had last time, which you remember is the peridot, the green stone.
Yep.
And she takes it over her hand. She like starts hovering over her hand again, and she says this: "Courage favors the hearts who mourn, kin of rage and father scorn. Yet strength beguiles the Son of Man, whose divine palm hath weaved a plan. Nature beckons, packed together in might, ferocious and grizzled sleuths who fight. Brothers, sisters, severed from their packs, rescue them all and cover your tracks." And the stone falls back into her hand again, and she places it in front of you and slides over. Now, when she gets to Kabor, she sticks out her hand towards his neck. All right, Jared beat me to it, and asks you for the stone, which you apparently immediately give her. And she takes it out of the necklace and just pops the stone out, and sets the necklace on the table, and smiles, and says, "Thank you. I will now read you what it is telling me, as I have not heard this stone." And she starts hovering it in her hand again, and says this: "Mystery licks the visage of flame, without a home with which to claim. As ashes kindle where once he would, ripped apart, magic misunderstood. What then was known must now be lost, a debt repaid, yet too steep the cost. Burn the pyres, curve the blaze, ignite the inferno, unleash the craze." And the stone falls back in her hand, and she sets the stone in front of you and slides over to Dragonia. And she like reaches for her box and then stops for a second and pulls her hand back. She says, Do you have yet another stone upon you which may also speak to me?" I believe your compatriot had it. So did Ypip give the necklace back to Dragonia before he left? I was assuming he did.
No.
No.
Okay, well, we'll just say he did. Because that's kind of a waste of a magic item. So we'll just say, like, he left it at the church or whatever. Just rehash that. I probably should have fixed that before we started, but oh well. Forgot about it. But
Yes, I do have this stone.
Okay, so you pop out the moonstone from your necklace and give it to her.
Yes.
Yeah, she takes it and she's like, "Oh yes, thank you. This stone speaks much clearer than my other." And she hovers it in her hand and says this: "What is more lonely than the moon? Duplicitous luster, a mere dragoon. Fairest fury, side by side, a healing wave, washed with pride. Luminous ward, thrust thy steel, for iron bellows, breath of zeal. Silver petal, seek thy roots, prick the weak and bear your fruits." And then she puts the stone down in front of you. And after that, she looks kind of exhausted. She's sweating pretty bad. And she walks back to in front of Kabor and looks at you once again and says, "That necklace you have, you did not have that before. May I see it?" Okay, do you give her your new fireball necklace? So she takes that necklace and she goes in front of each of you and picks up the stones that are in front of you. She puts the moonstone back in Dragonia's necklace and takes out the new moonstone and puts it with her instead, so you have both. And she puts all 4 of the stones inside your new fireball necklace. So we have the fire gemstones in the middle, and then you have 2 on each side. So she just like magically puts them all into this necklace. And she gives you your old necklace back that you bought from her. She says, a parting gift for you all. Please take this." So now all of you have your gemstones, but they're all on Kabor's necklace. If you need them.
Cool.
Now, I'm gonna put in the Discord. I typed up all of the divinations so you guys can reread them later. Because I put a lot of stuff in them that you might not realize.
Oh, we could tell.
Sounded sweet.
Yeah. It probably took you a while to do that.
I think to do all 4 of them, it took me like a little over 2 hours. Like off
That's
and on.
pretty good. Dude, that was pretty good.
Thanks.
Can I get just a reminder of what mine did? I know it let me do something.
Oh, the necklace?
My spells. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you... It
I was trying to look it up.
It allows you to cast 1 extra prepared spell per day.
Of what level?
Level 1.
Okay.
So, and you can also convert that to healing with your Thingamaduski ability.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I just put on the Discord, so hopefully that loads up. I also color coded it. Here, I'll put it on screen for everyone to see in the recording. So each person's is colored. So pause it on yours if you want to go back and read it that way.
Nice.
Okay, close that out. All right. And she looks back up to you all and says, "Thank you for saving me earlier and saving that young girl's life. I hope to see you again in the future. Tonight's my last night here."
You're no longer gonna stay in Trunau?
No, I'm a traveling merchant. Staying here would be bad for business.
Oh, very true.
And she looks at you one last time and smiles, and her eyes go back to that white again. And that's how she leaves it. And she like kind of turns the lights off in front of you, so you're in the dark. And then you can see the back, well, I guess the entrance of the tent kind of just open up by itself, kind of guiding you out.
Okay.
All right.
She seemed very nice.
She's lovely.
All right, so we can let me go back to.
I felt some type of tension between Kabor and her.
Kabor just has a smirk on his face. He doesn't say anything though.
She knows something of this lad that no one else does.
He says, "Not even I." He doesn't know either. So hopefully that did that link work for you guys in the Discord?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. So all four of you should be on that paper. If you want to check that out later. But yeah, so now you guys have a day to kill before you have to get on or meet up with the boat. Now it does take about a day to walk there, so you guys have the rest of the day today. And then you guys will have around an 18-mile walk tomorrow to get there.
Wow. So I say we should go visit Fuse.
All right. Let's do
I
it.
think wherever we can buy a wand.
Buy a what? What'd you say? Buy a what?
A wand.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now, do you guys have all your money totaled up?
What you offered? Do I just add that to what?
Yeah, so I
already had?
gave you 1,500 more. So add that to what we discussed earlier, and that'll be your total.
Okay.
Plus your own personal little caches.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't
Oh,
have.
do I have?
I think Gabor has like 200 or something like that from selling that scroll case secretly.
Well, you didn't write it down.
I'm sure it's on his paper somewhere. All right. So you guys want to head over to Fuses then?
Yep.
All right. So you guys hop on over to Fuses. You know, you guys want to do a perception check, see what color smoke we got rolling on today?
Yes.
All right. Roll it.
18.
To you, it just looks like normal smoke.
Interesting. Okay.
Anyone else want to roll?
I don't know what I would roll for.
Just looking at the smoke. Roll perception. 17 to you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Jared's perception bonus is.
0.
Flat 7. Dragonia, do you want to roll anything, or are you good?
I'll look at the group and ask if I should.
Sure.
$17.
All right. So yeah, it looks just like normal smoke to you all.
Interesting. Okay.
How not normal for him.
All right. So what do you guys want to do? His door's closed.
Let's give it a little knock on the door.
Okay, so knock, knock, knock. No response.
Can I poke the door open really quietly?
Yeah, roll a stealth check for me.
18?
Yeah, so you kind of push on the door, try to sneak it open, but the door's locked.
Interesting. Can we like holler, Fuse, Fuse?
Yeah, you do you. Yeah, you just want to yell fuse while
Yep.
knocking. Yeah, still no responses.
Is there the hole still up in the roof?
There is.
Can we go up there?
Yeah, if you want to do a climb check for me.
I'll do a climb check.
Okay.
Uh, 12.
Yeah, so you try to climb up there, but you know, the footing's really loose and like the brick's really like falling apart. So as you start to climb up, like you like stumble and fall back down as a brick falls out from the side of the wall.
Is there not another way in, team?
You guys can like break a window if you want to get in, but I don't know if you'd like that.
I'm gonna ask very confusedly why we're get in the guy's house.
Oh, Dude, everyone just got kicked out of roll 20 for me.
Oh yeah, me too.
What the heck? Connection to the server has been interrupted.
Is it down?
Yeah, roll 20 might be down. All right, well,
I'm back
now
in.
you guys are coming back in slowly.
Yeah, mine's in. Yeah.
I only see Kabor. Oh, everyone's slowly pouring back in. The only person I don't see now is Orok. Oh, there you are. Interesting. That was weird. Glad we got that on video.
So are there any? Can I do a perception check to see if there's any like holes or like back doors that we could possibly try?
Yeah, you can walk around. See what you want. Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Okay. Come on. Oh no, my game just froze.
There you go, 20.
20 is good enough. Yeah, he got 17. So yeah,
17.
So Dragonia notices that there's a couple windows that are kind of cracked, but they're not broken out on both floors. Although most of the windows on the second floor are like covered in boards, so like there's no point looking at them because they're just barred up. But there's no like other doors or anything to get in, just the front door.
Interesting. Can I peek inside the window?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gone.
Yeah, Oraki just vanished again. Oh, you're back again. This is wild. Something must be going wrong with roll 20. That's okay. If you roll and it pops up on your screen, let me know. I'll just take your word for it. Did you try rolling?
Yeah, it's just says rolling the dice.
Does anyone see a yellow die?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Ooh.
Here. I'll peek in with a 20.
Yeah, so
5.
so it's a nat 20. Doesn't got a 21. Okay, so I'll just assume Auroch can see in there too, because his perception is pretty amazing. So everyone kind of looks in there. Like, look, you guys are all looking through different windows trying to see in there, and it's dark. But yeah, you don't see any sign of life in there at all.
Well, he was just at the trial, so maybe he's.
I mean, you guys walked all the way up to the barter stones and back here, so it's been a while.
He could be at I don't know, at the bar.
Yeah, you guys did rescue the guy at the bar. You got free drinks for life there.
It's true. It's true. Well,
You guys are allowed to drink for life?
yeah, we kind of saved this guy, and he just decided to give us a open tab pretty much whenever.
How generous.
Yeah, very generous. We should do some shopping, then we should all go get a pint.
I'm down for that.
I would enjoy that.
Okay, so let's go to Sarah Morninghawk's then, since it doesn't seem like we can get into fuses.
Sure. If you guys remember, Sarah's place got burnt to the ground, so there is no fine steel establishment anymore.
Well, do we know where she would be?
She doesn't have like a hut or anything.
You'd have to ask around where she is, because her house got burnt to the ground.
What? Okay,
Remember?
so
'Cause she was stuck underneath the pillar, and then you guys rescued her with Agrit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how you got that necklace. Agrit gave it to you.
Which necklace?
The moonstone necklace that Dragonia now has.
Oh yeah.
That was your reward.
Well, let's. Are there any patrons around?
Yeah, I mean, there's people out and about. It's a city.
So can I stop the closest walking guy and just say, "Excuse me, sir, we're looking for Sarah Morninghawk. Does she have a new armory around here, or no?"
He kind of looks and he's like, "No, I don't think she's got a new establishment anymore. But all the people who got displaced were in the longhouse. You should check there."
Okay. So should we go head over to the longhouse, guys?
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
Did
let's
you
go there.
wanna ask that guy about the short midget dude?
She's
Fuse?
right there too.
Should we ask him
Yeah.
about Fuse? Is that what you asked?
Yeah, because
I mean, you were looking for someone in this house, and they're clearly not in. So maybe you should just ask that guy as well.
Okay. Sir, is there a little gnome by chance that still works over here, or is he vanished as well?
I've seen a couple of gnomes around here, but no, I don't know where either of them are, to be honest. I haven't seen one in a day. He looked pretty frazzled and just kind of left.
So the caretaker of this house is no longer here?
No, that's a different gnome. No, I haven't seen him either.
Huh, interesting. Well, thank you for your time. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, I guess. Just kind of leaves.
Okay. So let's make our way to the longhouse then.
All right, so you guys walk all the way down the longhouse. It's nighttime by now. You guys get there. The doors are open. There's a lot of people actually out and about because a lot of people now live here.
So do we see any of our compatriots or not really?
No, nobody's out fraternizing like out in the front, but you can go in there and delve deeper. You guys have like a free hall pass here.
Okay.
Yeah, this is kind of where we sleep too, right?
Well, the Ramble House is where you guys sleep.
Yes, that's true.
If you guys can go check on Cham. I don't think I'll be able to do an Irish accent anymore. I was just enveloped by my ancient heritage of Irishness to channel that out of nowhere.
So we can't see anyone in the longhouse, is what you're saying?
There's lots of people, but you don't see the people you're looking for. So you have to talk to somebody else to find them.
Okay. So find a patron.
Yep, there's tons of guards there. They all know you pretty well.
Okay, let's go to one of the guards.
Sure.
Hail. Just looking for Sarah Morninghawk. Is she around?
Councilor Morninghawk is probably in the council chamber. They were discussing which part of the city they need to rebuild first. You could probably find her in there.
Okay. And what about a little gnome we're looking for? He goes by Fuse. Is he around?
The Nutter? I mean, he just kind of like stands there awkwardly. The Alchemist, that's the word. The Alchemist? Yeah, he's around here somewhere, I think.
Okay, great. So we kind of peek our heads around and see if we can find Fuse.
Yeah, so Fuse is nowhere around here, but you can go up to the council chamber where you were earlier today to talk to Sarah if you'd like to do that.
Sure.
All right, so you kind of knock on the door. There's two guardsmen who just let you knock on the door. And after a couple seconds, you open it up and you see Agrit standing there. She's like, oh, come in.
Hey, Agrit, we're wondering, do you have any spare, armor or parts we could shop for?
She looks kind of like downtrodden. She's like, no, most of our stuff got destroyed when our building collapsed. We are actually currently discussing where we should set up new shop and perhaps expansions as we're getting lots of business, but all of our wares got melted or destroyed.
That's unfortunate. Well, please let me know if you ever need help. I do have some skill in blacksmithing.
Oh, that's great. Sarah would love to hear that. We might help. We might request the assistance of your little holy man friend. But we gotta get some glasses for him or something, because he's not so good at seeing things. But he's just hard worker and he's a dedicated lad. He's just a little up in the clouds, as we say.
That is very true. Couldn't think of a better description. But well, thanks. Please let us know if we can help anyway. Just trying to make sure we're ready for our next adventure.
I hope you'll will be all built up when you guys get back, or at least somewhat there, but who knows?
Only the gods do.
Yes. And then she kind of looks kind of downtrodden again, and then looks up. She's like, "Is there anything else I can help you gentlemen with?"
Guys, do you have any questions to ask?
Well, weren't we looking for Sarah?
Well, she's tied up, I guess.
I mean, you can't buy anything from her anyway, so. Agri's the one who ran the money part of it, if you do recall. She's in the back doing the
books.
Yep.
Can we ask her to see where Fuse is?
You could.
I mean, I'm not, because I don't know.
Yeah. You do not know Fuse.
So before we depart, have you seen a little gnome by the name of Fuse running around here?
Oh, I know the lad. Poor guy. Yeah, last I saw, he was actually heading over to the Hope Spring, as he was very upset with having to use one of his potions to kill somebody.
He's at the Hope Spring?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. Good luck to you all.
Are there any other shops that we could go to find gear in this city?
I don't think so. That you guys would need. Oh, also, did one of you take the lantern from earlier? I forgot to mention that. One of you needs to take that.
I grabbed it off the table.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to remember that since I forgot about the necklace. Okay, but yeah, if you guys want to head to the Hope Spring in the middle of the night, you guys can, or you can meet up with Fuse tomorrow before you go in the morning. It's up to you.
Well, how far away is it?
Not that far away, actually. You guys can get there.
I don't know, guys. What do you want to do?
Well, I think we should see if Fuse is okay. I mean, he seemed kind of worked up.
All right.
As you guys want to make the trek to the Hope Spring?
Yep.
So it's like 11 or midnight by the time you get there. And the full moon's out. And when you guys get up close, you can see that the fire's still burning from earlier. The bonfire, or is there a special term for it? I don't know. The big old fire thingy.
The pyre.
Yeah. And you see Fuse sitting by the water. And you also see somebody sitting next to him. But you can't really make out who it is.
Can I perception check?
Yeah, sure.
Mm, 15.
You can't really tell. It's pretty dark.
I have dark vision.
Still can't tell. What'd you get? 13? Yep. Still can't tell.
It really can't tell.
I definitely can tell.
Where are you going to roll to? You're plus 0? Alright. None of you can tell who it is.
Can we go nice and slow and creep up to them?
Sure. Here, let me bring up the right map.
Well, I mean, if he's next to Fuse, I don't expect him to be that evil.
Well, you never can tell these days.
Alright, so let's delete this giant body. And you guys, all your pawns should be there. Somewhere. Let me ghost you pips too. Alright, I'll move you guys back over together. At the top. Ooh, I just stretched Jared's picture out. God, that was scary looking. I'm glad you guys couldn't see that on the screen. Dun, 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 dun.
So where's your pit? Or where's
There you go. You guys are all at the top of the screen.
Fuse?
Fuse is... Man, I need to get another pawn for him too. Fuse is by the water. Why does I have a steal request?
Whoops.
Okay, there you go. You can have it. Not my problem.
Thank you.
Man, there are no good pictures. I'll just draw one. What color should Fuse be? We'll make him... bright red. There's Fuse. Why is there a Queen of Spades moving around?
There isn't.
Nice, you deleted it. I don't know how to do that. And I'll draw the person next to him. Boom. Alright, you guys can walk on up if you would like to.
I'd do it very quietly, not to startle them.
Okay. Will you try to like listen in on them when you're getting close or something like that?
Yes,
Okay. Roll up closer. Roll a stealth check for me, please.
I did.
Oh, what'd you get?
24.
Oh yeah, you're plenty sneaky. Roll a perception check so you tell me to see if you can hear them well.
20.
Yeah, so you can hear just Fuse kind of muttering to himself. You can't really understand what he's saying, and the other person's not saying a word.
Can I tell who it is yet?
Yeah, you're pretty close. You can see that it is Silvermane.
Silvermane?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I kind of like, Fuse. Kind of give his attention a little bit.
Yeah, and he kind of like gets startled for a second, turns around, and kind of wipes his face a little bit. And Silvermane stands up, and Silvermane's like 3 fuses tall. Just this old elf. And Fuse kind of waves over to you, but doesn't say anything.
Fuse, is everything okay?
Yes, Fuse fine.
Why you look so sad, Fuse?
Fuse not like to destroy life.
Oh, that's a shame. I thought you liked making all sorts of kinds of potions.
Yes, potions, explosions, fun, yes, but death, not fun.
Okay, I'm sorry. And so I go over and pat him on the back to console him a little bit.
Yeah, he just looks kind of upset, and he's still in his little suit that's like all rat tagged. Looks kind of disheveled and worn down. But he tried to look his best. He just isn't good at it.
Fuse, do you by chance have like any potions or wands we could take with us? Any healing potions, possibly?
He looks down and like starts patting all over himself. He's like, "Fuse have none on me, but this." And he hands you this little wand that's kind of crappy looking. And it's a wand of cure light wounds with 15 charges on it.
How much would you like for it, Fuse?
Just take. Fuse no need.
Oh, you sure? I mean, that's awfully generous of you.
Yes, Fuse sure.
Oh, thank you, sir. Is there anything I can do to make you feel better?
He kind of looks up to you and he says, "No, Fuse fine."
Can I look at Silvermane and see, like, do like a sense motive on Silvermane?
Sure. I don't think a mute guy's ever been sense motive before. This is interesting.
Why not?
It's true. I mean, he's still communicating.
11.
Yeah. So what are you trying to see? If it's like, if he's
Like,
consoling,
is he-
was genuine or something?
Is he being genuine or is he just like
Yeah.
trying to get information?
Yeah. To you, he looks like he was being a nice guy.
Oh, okay. Even though he couldn't talk or do anything.
I mean, you can ask Fuse about that, but yeah.
Fuse, how do you speak with Silvermane? It seems like he has a hard time talking to everyone except for Halgra. How did you be able to communicate with him?
He sounds just fine to Fuse.
Silvermane, can you speak?
And he looks at you and he's like, no. He looks kind of confused by this.
Oh,
Then he puts up like a finger and it's like 1 second, and then he taps Fuse and he just looks at him and sits there for a second and Fuse is like, yes, you're right. It's okay.
That's funny. Does anyone else need to talk to Fuse or? Dragonia,
No.
This is Fuse. He's an alchemist. Cicatrix, this is our town alchemist.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you. Don't hurt me.
Wasn't planning on it. Is there a reason
Reason you what?
I might need to hurt him?
No, your mask's scary for Fuse? Fuse not like. Also immune to stinky bombs? Fuse not like that either.
Alright.
Then he points at Dragonia. Be like, who are you?
I am a new member of the team. My name is Dragonia.
Nice to meet you. My name's Fuse.
Are you the one who delivered the killing potion to the evil man?
He looks kind of upset when you mention that again, and he's like, "No, I only make it. I did not deliver."
I think you did the town a great service, even though it brings great pain to you. I think you did the right thing and helped the town overcome its grieving.
There's always another way. Fuse find a way. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about with Fuse? Is he just kind of sitting here on the beach?
Yeah, Fuse. I have a vial that has some powder in it that we found in the cave. I was wondering, could you possibly take a look at it?
Yes, Fuse will look.
Okay.
So which vial is this? Because I gotta look up what this is.
Remember, it was the campfire in the cave.
Oh yes. Oh yes. So Fuse looks at this. That's these ashes, and he kind of examines. He's like, "Oh, this is very interesting." He like kind of takes it out a little bit onto his hands, like smears it in his hands, kind of sniffs a little bit, trying to get the scent of the ash, and then he kind of wipes his face with it, and he makes his face all black. He's like, yes, I feel more natural now. Much better, much better. I know what this is. How did you get this?
Well, I discovered it. I've seen it a couple times, but I was finally able to get some in a vial.
Yes, Fuse tried synthesizing this himself. Fuse perfected only a week ago. Fuse do not remember.
What is it, Fuse?
It's special rock. Me not think of name yet. Call it blue rock because it's blue. I'm so smart.
You are very smart, Fuse.
I know.
Now, what does the blue rock do?
It burns cold instead of hot. Fuse like cold.
Why would you want to burn cold instead of hot?
For when it's hot outside, burn cold. Gets cooler.
So it's an air conditioning?
What is air conditioning? It just make cold. Feel good. Burn very pretty blue. Fuse like it.
Yeah, so you just burn it when it gets too hot outside.
Yeah, it's special color, not normal. It's blue flame. Fuse like blue flame. Fuse like green flame. Fuse like red flame. Fuse like yellow flame. Fuse like white flame. Fuse like black flame.
Seems like you like them all.
Yeah, so as you're saying that, he's like talking over you. Fuse like purple flame. Fuse like pink flame. And he just lists a bunch of colors. And then he finally just stops and he's like, yeah, that should be about all of them.
So why would other people be using this Fuse?
Fuse no sell. Someone stole.
Why would they want to steal it from you?
Who wouldn't want to steal from me? I'm the best.
You are the best, Fuse, I know. But does it have another property that you could use it for?
It is very unique. Maybe to signal somebody? I Fuse not know.
To signal someone, maybe?
Yes.
Can you create... I don't know, can you create like artificial life with it, maybe?
I do not think so. Fuse know that it does not burn hot, so all those who are scared of hot things, this is good for you. He looks at Kabor and he's like, opposite of that man.
Would it help a flood troll?
Flood troll? Uh, I do not think so, but Flood Troll is scared of flames, so maybe that help?
Maybe. Maybe. Well, Fuse, you have confused me yet again, so thank you for that. And I will I'll look forward to seeing you yet again.
Me hope so. I heard you leaving. I hope you safe.
Well, thanks, Fuse. We have a good team, so I think we'll be okay.
I think so too. Blow lots of things up for me.
If you give me a couple bombs, I'll blow some stuff up for you.
He's like, all right, if you insist. And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out this little bomb and he hands it to you. He says,
Yay!
do not stand near bomb. Light, throw, run, cover ears, and maybe nose.
Is it a stink bomb?
All bombs stink bombs, but we like the smell.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Fuse. I will treasure this gift.
No problem.
Gentlemen, do you have any other questions?
No?
All right. You guys want to pack it up at the Ramble House?
Yep,
And set
and
off
we'll
in the
go have a
morning?
drink at the bar. We'll go get a drink at the bar before we go
Oh, sure.
to bed.
We'll play this bar. All right, so you guys get to the killing ground.
Let's go to the bars.
Yeah.
Go to the bars.
And when you get there, there is an astronomically large amount of people there. Even though it's like 1 in the morning.
Nice.
What else is there to do?
Yeah, plus like half people's homes are missing, so why not? What is that
All right.
guy's name? I forget it. Jeez, this is a throwback. I gotta remember what his name is. Ugh. What is his name? Well, also, what's his daughter's name? Because I made up his daughter's name, so hopefully I'll remember. Yeah, Rabus Clarenston. This is
Rabus.
Yeah, Rabus Clarenston. So you see him there. I forget his daughter's name, but she's there too.
Hail, Rabus.
Oh, hello. God,
Is there
go ahead.
is there any room? Can we get a table?
There's always room for you, gentlemen. I do not recognize two of these fellows. Are they fellow compatriots? What happened to the other three?
They're comrades. We had some misfortune in our combat in the city, and these two fine lads have joined our party.
Well, I'll pour them one in their honor.
Appreciate that. And I reach into my pocket and flick him a gold coin as a tip.
Yeah, so he smiles. He's like, drinks are free here. Do you not recall?
Yeah, but I mean, I always appreciate your hospitality.
Well, I appreciate it too. And he gives like a hearty chuckle. And he goes and gets you all a nice big old pint.
Woohoo.
Nice.
So you guys can
So-
get hammered if you want to. If you just want to keep on drinking away, or you can just take a nice refreshing beer for the evening and peace to bed.
We'll start with the beer. We might do shots.
Okay.
So
Like a junior year college party.
fuck yeah. So guys, just before we head out, wanted to say raise a pint and say, looking forward to this crazy adventure we're about to embark on.
Hopefully we don't die.
Hopefully we don't die.
Or hopefully we do.
Either or. Either or.
Hopefully we go out swinging.
All right, so we clang glasses and knock one back.
All right.
So, Kabor, where exactly did you say you're from again?
He looks and he's like, I don't remember, to be honest.
You don't know where you're from?
No, is that a problem?
I just No, it's not a problem. I'm just curious. I mean, usually people know where they, grew up or from.
No,
Asking a lot of questions there, Lola. Are you a narc?
No, I learned it from you though.
yeah, I don't recall anything, to be honest, except for, I don't know, my inherent powers and how beautiful fire is. And he does prestidigitation to kind of like hold up flames in his hand and then like takes it away again.
Yeah. I just remember you like we were in the middle of combat one time and you just kind of like vanished and then you reappeared. So I was just,
Oh
just
yes,
kind of
that's
it just took me aback a little bit is all. I was just curious.
I honestly don't know why that happens. It just randomly does. To me, it's just like a moment's passed, but to you all, like time passes. So I don't quite understand it.
So do you teleport in between worlds?
I don't know. To me, it just seems like blinking my eyes.
Crazy. Sounds awesome. Can I jump into the portal next time you go though?
Yeah, sure. I don't recommend it though,
Why is it nothing but flames?
because it's hot.
Okay. Who doesn't want to jump into a wormhole? I'm just saying.
Me, to be honest, but I have no choice.
It seems like you do it a lot.
Yeah, it happens,
What So what's so special about that stone, man? Like you just took all of our stones, smashed them together, and now you have this giant like Flava Flav medallion going on.
Flava Flav, that's a cool name. But yeah, no, I don't know. She told me to take it. I took it. I'm not gonna question it. Did you see her though, man?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to help you out. I was trying to be your wingman, but you didn't really like seal the deal or anything.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. But nah, she didn't even look my way.
That's because she's blind.
She's what?
Looked a little blind.
I wasn't paying attention, to be honest.
Could be looking at some other parts.
You know it. Kind of like puts his fist out.
I'll pound it.
Yeah, dude, that's what's up. Just slams the drink of his beer.
Gabor's a bro now.
I talked to Jared a little bit about character stuff, and I was like, I'm just gonna kind of wing it. And to me, he's just a crazy pyromaniac. He's got a few screws loose. So to me, he's got the passion of fire. So he's just kind of in the moment.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to say, best of luck to everyone because I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, let's go get some rest and then embark on this great journey that we have.
All right. So you guys sleep, no problems. Do you want to say anything to Cham before we go to bed? I mean, you don't have to. You talked to her plenty.
I don't even know her, so.
That's true. She was pretty busy last time I saw her. You guys want to go to bed and then wake up to your 18-mile walk in the morning?
Yep.
All right. So you guys wake up feeling refreshed, fully energized. Gabor is a little hungover, but not too bad. Didn't drink enough water. It's not his favorite.
I was, I got up early before everyone and I meditated. So
Okay, cool. All you spell people did your spell-like things.
Yep.
I think 3 of you have like things you do to get your spells back per day. I don't remember. I don't know if Gabor has to do anything. All right, let's switch back over to our other view. Shabam. Okay, so you guys wake up and you guys head on downstairs with all your things packed up. You're finally leaving the city of Trunau. Can you believe it?
Thank God.
You're done with the place. You guys trek to the east. I think it's just straight east to get to where you need to go for the river. Now I need to do a roll to see if you guys run into anything. Nope. You have safe travel all the way there. So you guys walk along in the forest, kind of following this trail, heading towards the river. Do you guys want to talk about anything while you're on your travels?
What trail?
You're just on this trail out of the northeast of the town.
Oh.
To go meet the fisherman.
Yep.
Or the boatman.
Captain Bloodtusk is his name.
What is he?
You'll see.
I'm guessing he's an orc.
Yeah, so the river's to the north. So you guys head just straight north out of the northern gate. You can see Dia's tent's gone when you pass the barter stones. All that jazz. Alright, you guys just want to head on over to the boat then?
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys are walking along the forest. Pretty calm. You know, you hear the rustling of animals and all that jazz, but nothing really strikes out to you that you can tell. You guys hike for a while through the day, and towards the evening, you come upon what sounds like a river that's flowing pretty strong, and you see a wooden boat just hanging out, and on the gangplank onto the boat, you see a very tall orc gentleman standing there, kind of just looking around, waiting for you all. What do you do?
Kind of just hail, or are you Captain Bloodtusk?
Aye.
Well, I am Aurak, and this is my traveling party, Dragonia, Cicatrix, and Kabor, and we're here to have safe travels down the river.
I've been expecting you landlubbers.
Was there a fine, sir?
No, all your fare's been paid, but I do have a few rules that you will have to follow if you were to be aboard my ship. So
Okay.
listen closely. He's like, I got 9 other crew members on board. We all have different jobs throughout the day. Let me actually bring up my list because I don't remember off the top of my head. Y'all are gonna have to work on my boat, as no one gets away for free. So every day you have to pick a job. If you're proficient at it, you can stay with it. If you suck at it, I'll kick you out and make you do something else. You got it?
Understood.
Alright. If you have any questions, you're not to report to me, because I'm far too busy for that. You'll report to my second in command, Coxswain Halrex. She's the only female on the boat, can't miss her.
Okay.
Is that funny to you?
No.
Just because you're some halfie doesn't mean you get free pass on my ship.
Got him.
Ooh, nice. Sick bird, dude.
Haven't heard that one before.
I'm sure you haven't. Now, like I said, you report to Halrex if you have any questions. She's my second in command, and she's the best at pretty much everything that I'm not the best at. And leave it at
I
that.
thought you said best.
What was that, boy? Did you say something?
No.
That's what I thought. Alright, like I said, there's other people on board. We got a cook. His name's Gashnak. He's a little thing. Scrawny little rat. At least he can cook well. But if one of you want to help him in the kitchens, feel free. We have 3 of our men fish. Mainly Gorza, Orug, and Krothu. You'll meet them pretty soon. They haul in the nets and cast them out for our food each day. So if you would like to help them with net catching, feel free to do so. We usually have a lookout, but you know, I'm not expecting too hard of travels through this, especially with your city getting ransacked recently. Yeah, real sorry about that. But if you guys want to have a lookout to make sure we're not going to run into anything, cool, I'll allow it. And then he kind of points up to his ship, which I will actually... Paching!
Ta-da!
Welcome to the boat.
Nice.
Alright, so if one of you want to climb him up all the way on the top, I haven't drawn it, but there is, like, you can, like, sit on the bird's nest to do perception checks.
I'll sit in the crow's nest.
We're also going to need rowers, probably a couple of you to row, otherwise there's no way we're getting up this high current. It's pretty menial labor, so if you ever screw up with anything, I'll chuck you into rowing. It's not too terribly difficult. Some of you got muscles on you. He kind of looks over at you, Orok, and he's like, yeah, I think those are muscles.
You know they are.
I know nothing, fool. And then he's like, all right, another job is checking for shallow waters. We call it sounding around here. Just make sure we don't run aground or you're going to delay us by a day on our travels. I can't allow that. And lastly, if for the true worst of the worst, there's stable mucking. You'll have to be shucking all the crap out of the horse bins.
There's horse bins on here?
Yeah, so the white parts, here, let me point it. These are all horse stables. So they actually have 8 horses. So you'll have to clean the horse pens, and it's not a fun job, to put it lightly. So, any of these sounding particularly fun to you?
Can I help the cook?
Absolutely, you look smart, I think.
I
Did you cook that bird on your face?
killed it.
Perfect,
Skinned it.
good enough for us.
I'll sit in the crow's nest.
All right. Anybody else? All right, what does Dragonia and Kabul want to do?
The poop deck is going to be the stables if you keep up with that.
It will be. All right, what does Dragonia and Kabul want to do? The cook and the lookout have been taken. 2 of you can do fishing, 2 of you can do rowing, 1 of you can do sounding, and any of you can do stable mucking.
You want to do fishing?
All right. He looks at you and he's like, "You boy, you want to fish? You don't look like the strongest of men. Can you lift your weight?"
No. I'll say that. Kabor didn't say that. I said.
Okay. He's like, "Well, as long as you can, as long as you got good survival or strength, you can hoist those bad boys up, no problem."
He has neither of those.
He can still do it. It's just all these jobs are gonna have checks you're gonna have to do each day, and if you fail them, you get penalized by Captain Bloodtusk.
Well, have fun. Good luck.
You don't know which one to do, Jordan? All right, so you have fishing, rowing, sounding, which is perception, and stable mucking, which is handle animal. So cook is intelligence, so that was a smart choice. Fishing is survival or strength. Lookout is
Perception.
you need climb and perception because you gotta get up there. Rowing is is strength and con. Sounding is perception, and stable mucking is handle animal.
You're terrible at every single one of those.
Yep, he's not. This is for strong men who work.
Your handle animal would be +3 if you had a.
Oh, he doesn't need a point in it.
Your handle animal?
Yeah, he's got no animals to handle.
So would he get +3 on his handle animal checks? Worked in the stable?
No, he wouldn't be able to do it. It'd be just a flat roll because you don't have a point in it. Also, horses can get 6 if you have healing. That could also help as well.
Nice one, Jared.
So you're just going to have to take a choice, Jared. Now, the hardest one is sounding. That's by far the hardest check. Rowing is pretty easy. You just want to do rowing. It's also the second worst job because you can get tired easier.
At least it's not the worst job.
That's true. Although in terms of like gameplay, rowing is the worst because you have to make 2 checks instead of 1. But all right. He looks at you and he's like, "You're rowing, boy." He asks about fishing. Then he looks at you, Dragon, and he's like, "You, lad in armor, what do you want to do?"
All of your jobs sound so tempting.
"I don't like your sass, boy."
I will do your sounding.
"All right. If we run aground, you delay us by a day, and you're gonna get a whipping. You hear that?"
Maybe I like weapons.
He kind of raises that, but he's like, "Boy, I don't need to hear that." All right, I will show you to where you're going to be staying for the evening. So let me put your pawns on here. All right, so you guys are over here. So all along the edge of this boat is a bunch of like rope and stuff. So you can like, and there's like buckets and packs and stuff bound onto it. So like a lot of the stuff is carried up here in the upper deck. These arrows here lead down to the middle deck. So these are 4, and then these lead up to here. So there's an arc, like a ballista that it's on a swivel, so it can spin 360 degrees. And then this is how they steer the boat, left and right. So port and starboard is using this little handle here. And this is where Blood Tusk is, like every day. He's steering the ship. You kind of point. As you like get on the ship, he's like, "Yeah, so here's the stables. You messed up, you end up here. You boy, the cook.
Yeah.
You'll be going up to the bow of the ship. That's where the galley is. Inside the galley is the staircase where you'll be sleeping, which is this room right here. So this leads up into here, which is where you guys will be staying. My tusk is my cabin's in the back, the stern. So he sleeps back here. You rowers, you'll head down deck. You'll find plenty of spots to row. You look out. You'll be climbing up here on top of the mast. So you gotta do 3 climb checks to get up there every day, Andrew.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's pretty tall. But you'll have bonus perception checks throughout the day to look for things that could attack you. So you have that. If you have any questions, like I said, ask Halrex. Or any of the crew members, although I don't trust those daft fools. At least they're strong. Except for Goshnock. If he couldn't cook, he wouldn't be on here. Yes, if you can protect the ship. Boy, do you see that ballista? We can protect ourselves.
Captain,
Yes.
what is the name of this beautiful boat?
I used to have 3 ships before this. Every time I named one, sink within a week. Bad luck. So, it has no name, and so far, she's sailing pretty.
Alright.
I like your superstitious attitude.
Thank you, I think. You're weird.
I think he's trying to woo you, Captain.
Trying to woo me? Boy, I don't float that way. Alright, so you guys want to check out your chambers for the evening?
Sure.
Alright.
Sure.
Okay.
Where do I stand for sounding?
You'll be up on where the ballista is. You'll be up with him.
I don't like how it's called sounding.
Actually, no, you're not. Never mind. That's in the back of the boat. Yeah, I don't either, but that's what it's called. You'll be right here. So you'll be peering out over the bow, looking for shallow. So this is back. This is on top of this. So this is back here. This is.
Wait.
So you'll be up here. So.
Here?
Yeah. That's like the actual front of the boat. So you'll be standing right here.
Probably recently, yeah.
Yeah. So Cicatrix, you'll be in here in the galley, cooking.
Alright.
Auroch, you'll be here, so you'll just be standing like that. I didn't draw it in because I didn't think somebody would pick it. But Daft me. There's also no map in the book for it, so we'll just assume you're up there. And then Kabor will be below deck, which is down here, which you guys haven't gone down to check yet. I think that's everybody, right? Did I forget anyone? Yeah, it's everybody. So if you guys want to check out the boat, as the night falls, you guys can do that.
Can I roll a perception?
Yeah.
24. So is the boat like well made? Is it any?
It looks like a piece of garbage. It looks like he took like 3 boats and kind of built this boat out of those 3 boats. So if you remember his story.
Okay, so like,
What were you saying?
is there like leaky hole?
No, she's definitely seaworthy, but just looks like trash.
Okay, so not
what?
not aesthetically pleasing.
No,
Like,
not
good
even close.
cosmetics, but
Yeah,
it still floats.
but she sails fine.
Okay. Ominous creatures lurking about, potentially? Nope. Do I see any, like, ripples in the water or anything?
You see lots of ripples in the water, but you can't tell what they are because it's dark.
Okay.
You can ask somebody about that.
Captain?
Aye.
Is this a dangerous part of the river? Like, is there a lot of, like, creatures and animals that live in this part?
He starts laughing, and he's like, dangerous part of the river? Have you been in water before? It's all dangerous. There's things everywhere.
Snakes and stuff, like...
Snakes are no problem. Just kick him in the head.
Alright, if you say so.
I believe I did. Alright, you lads feel free to walk around the boat, get yourself familiar, because in the morning you'll be pulling your duties.
Okay, so can we walk? We'll just
Yes, walk around. Where do you guys want to check out?
over here.
Sure. Yes, you're just on the bow.
Yep.
You guys want to go in like the galley or anything?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Oops, I forgot. I gotta do it over on this one. There you go. There's your galley.
Cool.
So if you go up the stairs that say A, it'll send you out to where you're sleeping at. So, like this boat's like the front and the back of the boat are like taller than the middle part, so it looks really funky. All right, so that's where you'll all be staying here with the other crew members. As you can tell, it's not a lot of space. So there's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and it's 8 of you. It's 8 plus the 4 of you, so all 12 slots will be filled with a.
So we have 5 feet to.
Yep, 5 feet. So you'll be a little cramped.
Yeah, I'm a little taller than 5 feet.
Yep, you'll have to like curl up a little bit.
So Zorak, just saying.
Yep, I think all
I
of
think
you. Are.
we all are.
Alright, so I'm getting pings from Dragonia. So this right here actually goes up to here. So the doors for here, the doors to go in there are through here.
So the ballista's face.
So the ballista is facing backwards right now.
Okay.
It's perfectly in line.
What's this?
That is a grate that leads to the second deck. So like you guys have some natural light down in the middle deck area. But
For the rowers.
yeah, for the rowers. To go below deck though, you go over these stairs. Kabor, you want to go below deck? Okay.
Can I do a perception check?
Oops, too much revealed. Hold on, I gotta. This is. That's still covered up. That's it. Okay. There we go. So yeah, you can perception check down here. Just that door's locked for some reason. You can get in there later though.
Okay, so I'll go down with Dragonia, see if are they calling anything?
Yeah, no one's down here right now because it's evening time. You guys don't row in the evening. So this right here is like the mast planted into the below deck, and these are the stairs up. This is where all the food and stuff's stored and supplies. And then this is where everyone rows. So there's lots of rowing available. And then this is it's got since I parts revealed accidentally, it just says armory back here. So this is where they keep their weapons and stuff. That's the whole boat. You guys are gonna be here a while, so get used to it.
Can we go into the armory?
It's locked. Because you guys are not fighting right now, but
Gotcha.
that'll change hopefully soon.
Do we get to keep our weapons?
Yep.
Cool. So we don't have to surrender them?
Nope. Gotta be able to defend yourself, what if a fight breaks out.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the whole boat.
Damn.
So I also put the names of like the actual boat terms for a boat. So bow's front, stern's back, port's left side, and starboard's right side. So this is the front of the boat.
Nice.
Yeah. Alright, so is everyone familiar with what they're gonna be?
Yep. Got it.
Cool. Alright, so you guys, it's evening time, so you guys all can collect inside the chambers over here. I'll draw pawns later for each of the other crew members. I haven't done that yet. But they're all kind of cramped up in here. So you can meet all
Hit
of them.
Auroch.
Can I roll a perception check, Josh, to see how the
Yeah,
ballista
what were you saying,
operates?
Scott?
I was just
Gonna ask him something?
getting Auroch's. No, just getting his attention.
Okay. Yeah, what are you perceptioning?
To see how the ballista operates.
Sure. What'd you get?
27 or 28. Yep.
So it takes 3 crew members to operate. You have one on each arm to like pull it back to get the tension, and then you need somebody to actually fire it. And then it takes 2 people to spin it around. So the 2 people operating the arms to pull it back, will also spin it, and then the person in the back who fires it will reload it.
Wow, that's cumbersome.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much is the damage?
Enough.
How long is the
1d4.
reload time?
Reload time is I think
One turn?
I think it's 1 full round to reload it.
Okay.
That includes like grabbing the piece and putting it in place, and then the other 2 have to pull it back as a full round action.
Do you have to do strength checks to pull it back?
Yes, but if there's 2 of you, it's like guaranteed, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
All right, so you guys can all gather up in the chambers over here, as it's nighttime. So when you all get in there, you see a bunch of other disheveled orc men. One of them, the small runt that Captain Bloodtusk mentioned earlier, is not in there. You pass by him. He actually sleeps inside the kitchen. His name's Gashnok. But you paid no attention to him. He's just a little runt. And then inside there, you meet all the other orcs. They kind of introduce themselves. They're kind of curt. They don't really care that you're here, but they don't really like you either. So we have Barca, Gorza, Krothu, Orug, Sharg, Tog, and Uru.
And I walk in and say, "Well met."
They look at you and go, "Hey." That's it. Most of them just ignore you.
Cool.
Yeah. They're just here to work. So after you guys kind of get settled into the back corner, you see a couple of the crew members pull out a deck of cards. and about half the guys over there start like gathering around to play what looks like poker, but you can't really tell. You hear them talking and stuff. They're kind of whispering to each other as they play. What do you guys want to do? You can talk to
Can I go
anybody you
over and-
want. You can go observe them. You can go back down and talk to the cook. You do whatever you want.
Can I talk to the cook?
Yeah, you can head on down there and talk to the cook.
Cool.
Yeah, so you head on down here, and he's got a little hammock set up right in this corner because he's pretty small, especially for an orc. And he's just kind of sitting in his hammock, swinging back and forth, singing to himself.
All right. I'll just introduce myself. Tell him to be his handyman.
He looks at you and he's like, "You're tall."
And you're short.
Yes, I'm made fun of mercilessly for my small stature, but that just makes up for in brain size, right? Right?
I feel that.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Well, tomorrow morning you can help me prepare food for the day. It's pretty simple around here, so at least we're not doing manual labor. Besides, cooking's fun. It's fun mixing two things together and getting something completely different, right?
Sound like an alchemist.
No, that's dangerous stuff. I just like food.
All right. See you tomorrow then.
Yeah, see you tomorrow, I guess. He goes back to singing to himself.
What a weird little guy.
Yep. There's a reason he's made fun of. He's very un-orc-like. But he's a good chef, so.
Probably happy.
So I kind of want to buddy up to like all the other orcs that are playing poker and see if I can play.
All right, Kabor wants to play too. So yeah, you two both go over to the orcs who are sitting there playing poker. What do you say to them?
Got room for another deal in?
You got money?
I flick a silver coin at him.
All right, you're in. What about you, human? You down? All right, so you sit on down there with him. And Kabor's like, so what are you boys playing?
I don't know. You name the game.
And the crew members kind of sitting there like, we're just playing 5-card poker. No problem. You guys know how to play?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So they deal out a bunch of cards. Let me actually see what I need to check here. Deal out cards to you guys. So if you guys are playing, you guys bet, what, a silver piece each?
Yep.
Okay. So you can, if you want to, like, act like you got a good hand and you're confident about a good hand, you're going to roll a diplomacy check. If you want to lie about how good your hand is, you're going to do a bluff check. If you want to try to cheat, you can do a sleight of hand to try to cheat. If you want. But all of you are going to roll a flat d20, and that's going to determine how good your hand is.
Okay.
So go ahead and each of you roll a d20.
So diplomacy and bluff are on charisma.
Yep. Which,
I have none. So
Gabor's charisma is amazing, but he just rolled a natural 1.
Time to bluff.
bluff.
Ooh! Alright, so I need to roll. We'll say there's 4 other guys playing, so I need to roll their hands. Okay.
Can I ask them questions as we play?
Yeah, so there's 4 of them, so they're all of them you can try to check to see how they're. If you have a sense motive, you can try to determine how good their hand is.
Okay.
Alright, so
15.
okay, so you want to go around the room, so I'll name all the 4 guys that you're playing with. Okay, so you're playing with Barca, Gorza, Krothu, and Orug.
Okay.
Sharg and Tog are in the corner talking to each other, and Urul's asleep.
Okay, so I just kind of want to see like how does each hand look? How does each guy look? Like apprehensive, happy?
All of them look pretty stone-faced, except for Crothu, who's kind of got like a smile on his face.
Gotcha.
All right, so they start going for betting. Barca just bets minimum. Gorza calls his ante. Crothu already did the ante ahead of time, so he just checks. And Orug pays minimum bets, and that's to you guys.
I'll just pay minimum bet or check whatever they
Sure.
equal out at.
Yeah. You guys just both get a bet minimum. Okay, so you guys can swap cards out of your hand if you'd like. You know, try to get a better hand. So if you have a good number, then don't re-roll. If you have a bad hand, go ahead and re-roll your d20, and that'll determine what new cards you get. So I would recommend not changing your hand, Orok. It's pretty solid.
I was gonna keep it. Ooh, nice.
All right,
Kabor.
so you still have trash. Round 2 of betting.
I will raise 5 gold pieces.
Ooh. Barker yells, "Too rich for my blood," and folds. Gorza calls, Crothu calls, and Orug throws his cards down in absolute disgust. Kabor, what do you want to do? You wanna call? F? O? You
Fold.
wanna fold? Good choice. Okay, so it's just Gorza, Crothu, and Orok now. And you guys do a second round of betting before you guys reveal your hand. So this is where you can, kind of lie about your hand or be good about it. So, do you want to lie about your hand or you want to tell the truth? Just act confident about it.
Well, I have no bluff check. I don't have a bluff check, or I
You
have
don't
no
need it.
charisma.
It'd just be whatever a flat roll then. If you don't want to be honest with it, you can do diplomacy, but people will know you have a good hand.
No, I just stay stone faced, stay stoic.
Okay. I'm gonna roll checks for them. Okay. Gorza is going to raise, but he's going to do it kind of shoddily. You can tell he's kind of not confident about it. And Crothu's going to raise him, and he feels pretty good about it.
And then I will re-raise everyone.
All right. Gorza folds and kind of curses, but Crothu calls you. All
Okay.
right, so you guys flip over. So you reveal, what's a good hand? Flush. That's a pretty solid hand, right?
Nice.
17. He reveals a royal flush. He rolled a natural 20.
Oh, that's funny.
And he takes all of your money.
Good hand, lad.
And he looks at you. He's like, "Ha! Beginner's luck means nothing around here."
I can tell. So, speaking about around here, what are you guys all doing here?
It's good work, I guess. And all the other guys are like, yeah. You can hear Sharg and Tog in the corner like L.I. They're like listening to you, but not really partaking.
Gotcha.
They go back to talking to themselves.
So, what do you guys do? Just fish, or do you guys transport stuff?
So Barker's like, I row. Gorza's like, yeah, I row too. Crothu's like, yeah, I row or tend to the stables. Orug's like, I fish. Sharg and Tog are like, we fish. They kind of say it in unison. And Earl's asleep.
Okay. What are you trying to accomplish being on here? Just to pay the bills, or?
It's a lot safer than raiding, and our old tribe kind of got absorbed into a new tribe that they were making, and we weren't having that, so we just banded together under Blood Tusk.
He seems like a cheery fellow.
He's not so bad once you get used to him. He had a pretty rough upbringing, so he's kind of got
Why
a
you
chip on his
say
shoulder. He was used in fighting pits for a long time as entertainment. But he won so much that he finally escaped and garnished his freedom, and now follows his passion for sailing.
Well, at least he's doing that, following what he loves.
Yeah, follow your dreams, right? And all the other guys are laughing like that's a bunch of bullcrap.
Yeah, I can imagine. being that jaded for so long.
He's like, he's like, yeah, you guys can get comfortable in that corner. Sorry, we don't have a lot of space, but at least the ship isn't sinking. Been there.
Yeah, I hear that. Well, thank you. Thanks for entertaining us for the evening as well.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for giving me your money.
Anytime, man. Don't worry, I'll win it back.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Kind of chuckles. All right, so all of you can go to sleep for the evening. And when you wake up in the morning, you're kind of waking up from this sudden loud piercing sound. It sounds like, actually, go ahead and roll a perception check. I'll tell you what it sounds like. It's a very sudden sound, very early in the morning. All right, don't even worry about it. Natural 20.
Ooh.
Both 22s. So you guys all hear this horrible screeching sound. It sounds like it's coming from something massive. And when all the other fellow crewmates hear this, they start scrambling and hiding inside the room. And you hear this horrible screeching roar again, and another roar. Then you hear a flapping of wings, and then it gets quieter and quieter until it goes away. And yeah, what do you guys want to do? You guys want to ask what's going on? All the other crew members seem pretty scared. They're just kind of waited with bated breaths in the room.
Guys, what was that?
He's like, drakes. River drakes.
What do they do?
They take anything living on these waters. They've taken many a crew member to swoop down and taken them whole. Terrible beasts.
Are they like dragons?
They're too small to be dragons, but yeah, they're related.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Are they reptilian?
I think their species is dragon type. I think it's just
Dragon type.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I'll have to look that up though. But yeah, you guys hear some drakes flying around.
I do love dragons.
Well, these ain't no dragons. Trust me.
What do we need to know about them? What are they good against? What are they?
You hear them? Get below deck. They'll pick you off faster than a whistle. Are any of you fools a lookout?
Yes.
He looks at me. He's like, of course, that position's been open for a while. You have fun there. Just keep an eye open.
I guess I'll do what I can, or maybe I should ask for a reassignment.
Hey, you probably should. And I'll start laughing.
Maybe I'll ask for reassignment then.
Alrighty, good luck with that. He's kind of a stubborn fool.
I'll just tell him I'll do the worst job there is.
And Crother, the guy that beat you in cards earlier, he's like, "Boy, you don't want to be in the stables, man. It's the worst."
Well, I can always row, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's barely any better. And all the other rower guys are like, "Yeah, God, it sucks."
Maybe I should go help the cook.
Did anybody else volunteer to be a cook's aide?
Yeah, that was me.
Smart choice. That's the safest place. We've all burnt a lot of food. We're not allowed in there anymore. So as long as you don't burn anything, you can stay back there. That's the best place to be.
I'm not the burn.
Yeah. Well, good thing the burn of the group's not being the chef. I'm not eating any rubbery mess. Gross.
Maybe I'll fish.
Aye. The two brothers. Yes, help us.
All right, I'll go put in for a job reassignment.
Sure. All right, so you guys want to head out to your positions?
Yep.
Yeah, remember where they need to go? Okay, perfect.
Can I go find the blood tusk guy?
Yeah, so he'll be steering the ship, so he'll be up here.
All right, can I go up and say, "Hey, Captain, can I switch to fishing?"
Sure. So you climb on up there and you see Blood Tusk and you see Halrex up there just chit chatting away. And as soon as you get up there, Halrick's like pieces out. Now, when you see her, she is a massive, massive orc woman. Like I think she's half orc actually. Yeah, she's a half orc woman, but she is huge, and she is very scary.
Nice.
Like she's fat?
No, she's like ripped to the nines. Her and Sarah Morninghawk would be like the most rad couple ever. She's just absolutely shredded. And she looks at you and just gives you this horrible scoffing growl and pieces below deck. And Bloodtusk is standing there. He's like, "All right, lad, what do you need? Get up there."
Well, I was wondering, could I do some fishing instead?
Were you scared to go look up there? You're weak in the arms? I knew you looked weak. I knew it.
Well, say what you will. I'd rather just be a fisherman.
All right, go ahead and roll a diplomacy check. All right, he looks at you and he's like, "Nah, you called lookout for the day. Look out, you're gonna be. You can do fishing tomorrow."
You sure?
And my sure, this is my ship. You want thrown off the deck?
No, sir.
All right, that's what I thought. Get up there.
All right.
All right, so we'll do all of your job position stuff next time. For I do not remember how to do 90% of your positions. So we'll just call it there. You guys heard the drakes overhead, and all of you are working a boat.
Woohoo!
Not the most exciting of endings, but you know.
And I'm a sitting duck. And I'm a sitting duck.
Yeah. Hopefully you got good reflex saves. That's all I gotta say.
Can I jump down?
You'll
You'll
splat.
probably die.
To take some damage, but yeah, you can probably jump down. Just beware. Here there be dragons.